You stumble in the dark. You kept pushing on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life feels lemons, just hold me. Just hold me. Just hold me. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds. And when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just hold me. Just hold me. Just hold me. Just hold me.
Welcome in, everybody, to a special event tonight. We have the Racers Elite Snowball Derby live here on SRM. Mike Damoni up in the booth. Joined with me tonight is going to be Shane Lake. Shane, man, how is it going?
My friend, I'm telling you right now, short track racing in Northeast goes hand in hand like peanut butter and jelly. Some of the biggest names in short track racing have come from the Northeast, whether it's guys like Dave Dion, Johnny Clark, Travis Benjamin, Racing Ralph Nason, Magic Shoes McLaughlin, Jimmy Saint Ahmad, you name it. The biggest names in short track racing have come from the Northeast, and being a Northeast guy, I'm loving stuff like this. And some of the biggest racing in the country has come from short tracks, whether it's the Winchester 400, the All-American 400 from the Nashville Fairgrounds, or on the eve of the actual event, the Snowball Derby here tonight for the boys and Racers Elite. Man, I'm chomping at the bit for this one.
Yeah, they've got it set up. 300 laps is what it's going to take tonight as these guys get dialed in. They are just about halfway through qualifying right now. We've got several big-name drivers you know of and love from the Racers Elite Series, joined with several drivers from around the league here. Right now we're going to jump on board here with Matthew Jarrett as he is working his qualifying lap.
Yeah, for those that don't know, these super late models about 700 horsepower encased in a fiberglass body. These things will hit about 140 down the straightaway, so you got to use a lot of brake pedal to get them set in these corners. And once this track starts
Finishing his lap.
oh, this is the wall right there coming off.
Oof. Jump back here to Lee Campbell.
You know, that's the one thing I love about, you know, these super late models is it's basically the same body style, but you can run so many different combinations. You're going to see guys running Chevy SS. You're going to see guys running Camaros. You're going to see guys running Challengers, Mustangs, you name it. You're going to see it on these bodies out here tonight.
Yeah, you definitely are. As a 41 here, puts it on the top of the board with a 1643, and that is Joey Burkett. Inslee Smith rolling through.
In those familiar Mikey Napa colors, and I think he's got a little bit more metallic on that car here tonight.
Yeah, he threw on a little snow for the Snowball Derby.
Yeah, a little bit. and again, that's the tricky thing about these cars is getting the power down out of the corners, because as light as these cars are and as much rear gear as you're running in these things, you're going to break rear traction very easy.
Yeah, we saw it there as he finished his first lap, called it good as he got a little loose. As you see, Honeycutt getting loose there as well.
Yeah, you see that bottom grill completely taped up. These guys don't run two grills like what you would see in, you know, other forms of short track racing. You've only got that one bottom grill, and if you get that thing knocked in during the race, you're going to have a lot of overheating problems by the time this bad boy is over.
Yeah, you definitely are. Jump over here and watch Andrew Teft complete his second qualifying lap. See where he can go. 1662.
I am so used to seeing Teft run a Ford, but if I'm not mistaken, he's running a Toyota tonight.
Kind of looks like it on. Yep, Toyota on the back. Yeah.
Yeah, he's running a Camry tonight. Myself personally, my late model happens to be a Chevy, but you know, everything I drive is Chevrolet. I don't bang around.
Number 4, Dennis Kane rolling through. Completed 3 laps. Best time for him is a 1694.
Yeah, Dennis, that 1694 currently has Dennis sitting 22nd on the grid. So he's going to have a little bit of work to do before this race is over.
Alex Teft jumping him there with a 1670 on his first lap in that 43 machine.
I'm looking through all of the lap times so far, and outside of our teammate in arms here, Jordan Brockell, it's a 4/10 differential from Joey Burkett sitting on pole all the way down to, ironically, our other teammate, Alan Bergen, sitting P24 at a 1686. But the midfield is completely clustered. From 11th on back, there is literally no more than 2/10 in it. So this race will definitely be tight as the night wears on.
Yeah, it looks like Honeycutt's just rolling around here, getting some practice laps in. Looks like William Kelly and Jacob Plank have not made it to the track yet. Not sure if they're going to jump on or not. Nothing wrong with getting a little more practice laps in here.
No, you take all the laps you can get, especially if you came in late. Or if you were running in traffic during a lot of the practice, this will give you a chance to kind of see what the car will do by itself in clean air.
Yep, qualifying has completed here. Go ahead and let these guys jump over to the race session.
And, ooh boy, track conditions are definitely different. Track's got a lot of rubber in it. Air temp currently sitting at 75, track temp at 90. So these cars are so used to being under the lights and running a lot cooler temperatures. These guys are going to be sliding around a lot early on.
Yeah, they're definitely going to have to take their time and get those tires wore in here. As we go through the starting grid here, looks like Joey Burchett is starting P1. Alex Pelican outside row 1. Brendan Wilcox and Kinsley Smith are going to roll off in row 2. Row 3 is Bradley Stefane and Zach Lockett. Brandon Honeycutt and Nick Gardner is going to roll off in row number 4. Row 5, Matthew Jarrett and Jesse Fox. Austin Pack and Andrew Teft make up row number 6. Row 7, Brian LaPratte with Truth Hoke, John Dunaway, and Alex Gates are going to roll off in row number 8. Row 9, Kyle Hess and Lee Campbell. John Connor and Zach Burkett are going to make up row number 10. Alex Teft and Colin McDonough in row 11. Dennis Kane and Alan Bergen in row number 12. Then we've got Jordan Brockel and Jacob Plank with William Kelly starting shotgun on the field. They should be rolling off here.
Looking through everything, dealing with this race, there is one fast repair if your car gets banged up early, but at the same token, with 300 laps, you kind of want to keep that in your back pocket. So a lot of these guys might take it easy. You got 4 sets of tires. I believe that includes the one that's on the car. 3 green-white checker attempts, and there's a 25x incident cap. So these guys are really going to have to take it easy with these cars and kind of manage their race. So 300 laps may click by faster than we think, but at the same token, it's short track racing. Anything can happen.
Yeah, short track racing, anything can happen. You're going to want to take care of your car for the first few laps in case this does turn into one of those war of attritions that sometimes happen with short track racing. But take your time, work your way through. As the pace car pulls in, we are green flag racing here, wasting little time as Joey out to the front.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. The inside line here is going to be quick on these new tires. But, oh boy, that outside line is starting to heat up already. Alex Pelican in that 25 car is trying to make some headway here early, trying to get the lead.
He's working that outside line fairly well here, trying to slide down in between the 26 and 41. Almost enough room there. It looks like he might have it if he wants it, and he'll slide down, leaves Kinsley Smith up there in the high line by himself as they're working through lap number 3 here.
Yeah, Kinsley's going to get hung out because it's a freight train right now. It's like Talladega, except a lot shorter. If you end up getting put up on that outside early, you are going to get trucked all the way to the back.
Looks like we got some battles mid-pack here as they're stacking up. Truth Hope, Jesse Fox, Alex Gates, Sean Dunaway all battling it out here.
Oh, I see a couple of familiar paint jobs from my old school days of racing that mom and pop's hot rod going back to Dale Jr.'s days. I had a paint job like that back when I was running these super late models. And that STP-01 harkening back to Richard Petty's 1992 paint job. So it's cool to see some of these throwback schemes on these cars. Oh, hang on to her, buddy. Woo!
John Connor sideways. Luckily, nobody around him, had plenty of room. Dennis Kane checked up just a little bit to give him time to gather it back in. Alex Teft, Jordan Barkel, and Alan Bergen all towards the back here. Kyle Hess also at the tail end of the field, running that Valvoline scheme.
What is Alan driving?
It is going to be the Christmas Classics.
Oh, dear God. He's got a Yeti on the freaking hood.
Yep.
He's got a Yeti on the hood of his car, and he's getting past. That Yeti ain't worth the horsepower, buddy.
Kyle Hess trying to make that inside line work. Not happening that time. Back up front, though. Alex Pelican able to clear off second, and they single filed out here, working through lap number 10. Like Kinsley Smith was able to get down in front of Brandon Honeycutt.
Yeah, right now these guys are clocking in at 16.7s through the majority of the field. Joey's best lap in clean air is at 16.50. So we're already seeing a little bit of tire fall off early, but we won't see anything, I don't think, for about another, anything significant, I should say, for about another 50, 60 laps, I'd assume.
Yeah, no, the only thing we're going to see more likely than not is, especially on the exit of turn number 4, you're going to see those guys start to get a little bit loose. You kind of saw it there with Kinsley Smith. He got back to the loud pedal a little bit too fast, or maybe a little too hard, trying to pass that 89 machine. Almost went a little sideways, got it gathered back in, but we've seen that happen a couple times. That's where John Connor also about went sideways.
Yeah, that reminds me a lot of like coming off the corners at Dover or Bristol. I mean, the way the back end just kicks out the moment you step on the throttle. You know, again, you got to be really gentle with these cars, or else you're going to end up beating those rear tires up, and you're not going to have anything with it for the final 30, 40 laps of the run.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to want to, you know, save as many sets as you can, because you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, you got to be really easy with these Hoosiers tonight.
I mean, that's exactly what Joey up here wants to see. Just these guys kind of battling out behind him, so he can run his line, keep his pace, and keep the tires under him.
Yeah, he's already clicked off to about an 0.8 of a second lead. Now, I'm looking around here. I know this place has lights, but are we actually going to be able to finish under the lights, or did iRacing screw this track up and not give it the ability to run under the lights?
I don't know that it has lights.
It's got the light poles around the track. I'm looking at them right now.
Oh, yep, on the inside, yep.
So I don't know if they got it set up for that, but if they do, this track will go through a couple of changes as the night wears on.
Brendan Wilcox in third. Kinsley Smith fourth. Side by side, though, is going to be Honeycutt and Stefan.
And looks like Honeycutt's going to make that inside line work getting around Stefan. And if he's smart, like with what he's able to do, he's able to drop back into line and protect himself from bleeding positions. It's too early to do that, as the leaders are starting to come up on lap traffic, as we've got another great battle here between the 80 of Matthew Jarrett and the 93 of Zach Lockett.
Back up to the front. Take a look at the lap traffic here.
Alan, this is not how you get TV time.
First one a lap down. 22 laps in the books.
Right there, I just saw how Alan's driving the track, and that's not how you drive 5 flags here, because he's getting the car actually on the apron of the corner, and it's unsettling it to the point where he can't get back to the throttle, and that's why he's dropping time like there's no tomorrow.
Side by side there as he gets through. Go back here a little bit further here is LaPratt. He's trying to work to the outside of Truth Hoke.
Of course, it'd be Hoke running the Dale Jr. late model.
Yep.
That just makes sense. I mean, he's had the Wrangler paint job for his races here in the league, So why not have a Dale Jr. mom and pop's hot rod? Like I said, I can't say much. It was one of my go-tos when I was driving these cars, so I can't say a whole hell of a lot.
Now everybody is stacked up behind Allen here. They're trying to get by lap traffic down on the bottom.
Now, Allen's doing his best Alpine impersonation from the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. What that did was open the
Caution
door
flag
for Honey.
is out.
Oh, first one of the night, and Honeycutt looked like he was about to put the move on the 15, as I think that was the 93 that was backwards on the front straightaway. No,
31.
31.
Let's see what happened here.
31 is Zach Burrett. Looks like he had some issues. Did he get on the loud pedal too hard? Yep. And crunch. That's gonna leave more than just a mark. He'll need a frame straightener.
Well, the nice thing about it is he did pull down, let everybody else go by. Got nice and, let everybody get clear. Worked fairly perfectly here.
Yeah, that was pretty smart. Now, of course, he's going to be coming on pit road to get that front end realigned, and you can see that right front tire is severely bent up. Yep, that's the quick repair. Keep him in the race just one lap down. Well, now he's going to be sitting 2, and it looks like Allen will be the one to get the lucky dog.
Yeah, Allen will get back on the lead lap.
The first 10% of this race has flown by already. That's crazy. I will say, looking at things, the track is actually getting warmer. It's up to 93 degrees track temp wise, so these tires are going to be screaming by the end of the run. Yeah, and I guess the actual Five Flags had their LCQs earlier tonight to lock in for tomorrow's main event. As everybody gets themselves doubled up, that's 41 of Joey Burchett and the 25 of Alex Pelican, leading them back up to the green. You see that line, that's where he takes off, and oh wow, Joey just left him. And unfortunately for Alex, he's got Brandon Wilcox to deal with in that 26 car, looking like he's about ready to put the move on him and try to take second. But that high line prevails as Alex looks like he's going to try to get second place back coming off the back straightaway here. Looking over the lap times, they are now down to right around 17 seconds a lap. So the tire fall off has definitely started to ramp up again. As this battle between DEI teammates here just will not stop. And we get stopped for another caution. I think
big crash towards the back.
Yeah, I saw Dennis Kane's number dropping through the pylon, so I don't know if he's involved in it, but
Take a look
he
here with
definitely
Kyle
started
Hess.
dropping. Well, is this another case of someone getting on the throttle a little too hard?
Oh, checked up. Oh, Dennis Kane.
Oh, Dennis might have turned in early and caught the inside wall.
Let's see what happened with Dennis here. Go back a little bit, take a look. Down on the inside.
Everything's
Looks
fine
okay.
coming off. Everything's fine, and then...
Oh, drifts up. Oh, gets a little help from the 31.
And then pops the inside wall.
Yeah, gets a little help there from the 31, and there we go.
Yeah, that'll definitely do it. Yeah, I hate to say it, but I think Dennis is going to be using that faster pair too, because there's no way a car is going to survive that. That left front's probably bowed in a good 2 inches.
Yeah, definitely. He almost hit that right into the barrier for the pit wall there, so luckily he did not, but he's still probably going to need that quick repair to get back out on track here.
Yeah, that if he caught that pit wall, we might have needed a hearse to pick the car up, because that would have split that thing in half. But watching Joey on these restarts, I don't know. I mean, they say this is fixed setup, so obviously he's doing something much different than everybody else, because it's almost like it's got to be the timing for these restarts, because he is leaving everybody behind.
Yeah, he's figured something out here.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, it's not the fact of the manufacturer, because as I stated earlier, it's the same 5-star body on these cars, it's the same motor, it's the same chassis. It's just stickers sitting on these things that tells everybody apart. So it's all driver on how he's able to get this business done.
Yeah, definitely.
As the lights are out on top of the pace car, we are going green this time by. Car's about to make that hard left-hand turn coming onto pit road. Once again, it's Joey Burchett and Alex Pelican sitting up on the front row, and once again, Joey just dusts them.
Yeah, Joey has something. Joey has something figured out, as he is just down and away. Now Brendan Wilcox is going to work to the inside there of Pelican and try and take away P2. This is the closest battle we've seen for position up front all night, side by side there, and also side by side behind him with Brandon Honeycutt and Kinsley Smith putting it down. Yeah, the DEI teammates going at it, but once again, Alex is making that outside line work for him for right now, but that 26 runs him square up the hill. Yeah, definitely up the hill. He's gonna drive a little bit angry here, as it looks like the 13 of Honeycutt got a little loose as he got on that apron after checking up a bit. But he is still hanging tough there, just to the inside of Kinsley Smith. Yeah, if I was Alex right now, yes, I know I've got a strong car, but I would not. I would actually put that out of my head right now, because the last thing you need to do is drive, completely annoyed for the next 246 laps. That's the last thing you need. Yeah, no. Just keep it under you. You're still up front. Nothing really hurt. If it was 5 to go, then yes, drive like a pissed off teenager going to prom. But for right now, I think you'll be fine. Yeah, it looks like Kinsley Smith almost let Honeycutt take P4 there. Then you got Stefan Gardner back there as well. Discretion being the better part of valor for Kinsley on that one. Matthew Jarrett, Zach Lockett. You have Austin Pack with Andrew Teft moving up a spot.
Yeah, early on, the biggest movers looked like Colin McDonough in the 39 and our own Jordan Brockdell in the 84 are both up 5 spots from where they started. So you can't get passes done around here as we've just hit lap 50.
Yeah, you can get passes. You just have to time it right. The way they're staying relatively single filed out, looks like Raquel's running that second line around the corners, maybe trying to save tires a little bit on 1 and 2 there. Caution is out once again here. It looks like Kinsley Smith went around.
Oh, Kinsley probably got some help on that one. I've seen Kinsley on the short tracks. This boy is good, so I think someone may have loosened him up a little bit. Yeah, let's take a look. Nope, same problem as everybody else. Just kisses the inside wall with that right door.
Yeah, that's probably the cleanest incident you're going to see here on track.
Yeah.
I mean, he gets the EOL penalty, so might as well come down, maybe think about getting tires on there.
Yeah, I mean, you are 50 laps in. Granted, it's a little early to take tires, but at the same token, you're going to be able to come up through the field a lot easier. And if there's any residual damage, you can also get it looked at real quick. So this is a little bit going off strategy because I think everyone else is going to be in the next 30, 40 laps. So it doesn't surprise me to try to go off strategy early here tonight.
Yeah, definitely. I was looking there at Kyle Hess. Looks like he's got a little damage there to the nose of that 86 machine. But back up front, it's still going to be that 41 machine.
Yeah, but he's got a new partner on the outside, and that partner is Brendan Wilcox in that unsponsored but cherry red 26. Now the question is Joey going to leave him sitting at the line on the restart? Or is Brandon going to be able to say, hey, look, I learned something watching you from back here. I know when you're going, I'll jump with you.
I don't know. I think my bigger question is Alex Pelican there going to pay back Brendan Wilcox?
Oh, you know that's going to happen. It's a short track. That a receipt's coming about as fast as Undertaker and Goldberg going at it. Come on now. I would have brought up Black Friday, receipt exchanges, but that's a little too early.
Just a few more weeks.
Yeah, a little bit. The day after Christmas is when all the receipts show up.
Yeah. Well, they're stacked back up again. You got Burkett, Wilcox, Pelican, Honeycutt, Stefane, and Gardner.
And it looks like as the pace car makes that left-hand turn, Joey times it once again and just destroys everybody going into turn 1. And Alex just sends it deep, trying to get back on the inside of the 26. First time we've really seen Alex on the bottom on a restart, so his car may be a little bit different down there than what he's used to, but he will just about clear Brandon, and he will clear him going into turn 1.
Yeah, he'll clear Brendan, and Brandon Honeycutt's going to come down to the inside and take advantage, and it looks like the 89 of Bradley Stefane's going to try and do the same thing as he's to the inside of the 26, trying to make it work there as well. Side-by-side racing already.
Once again, it's the Talladega effect. Once your car gets stuck up on the high side, unless you know what you're doing up there, you're going to get freight trained by everybody. But Brandon Wilcox is making that 26 stick, and he will actually clear. He's Bradley Stefane, and retaining
Caution
T4
is-
right now.
Caution is out again.
Just as we get in a good groove of racing, cautions breed cautions.
I'm not sure what brought this one out. Looks like Sean Dunaway is involved here. The 01.
Let's take a look.
Oh, 101.
Oh,
Brian LaPratt.
LaPratt looks like he just maybe misjudged a little bit. Let's take a look at this. Oh,
he got loose.
He got loose and right reared him, and then trying to check up, gets stacked up. And someone else is spun out halfway down into 2.
Who's that? Alan here?
No, Allen missed that. He checked up to avoid the 01, and someone else had ended up halfway down into 2 sideways. Misses the 01, barely misses the 101, and then there was somebody else down there.
Jesse Fox.
Jesse
69
Fox.
machine to Jesse Fox. Let's see what happened to him.
Looks like in all the chaos,
Oh,
he gets drop kicked.
Lindsey Smith goes around, luckily. Yeah, he was checking up, trying not to run over anybody, and got rear-ended there.
I guess Arca brakes transfer to Super Late model something.
Arca brakes are everywhere, I swear.
The only place they aren't is on YouTube because that channel has not posted in a while. And yes, everyone knows what I'm talking about with that.
Of course everybody does. That was the funniest YouTube channel to go watch.
Yeah, it really was. It really was. I'm glad I never made it.
They'll stack back up again. Biggest mover now is by himself, Jordan Brockel.
Let's see. Yeah, Jordan
Up
is +8. Alex Teff and John Connor are +7. Alex Gates in the 78 is up to 6. So there's a lot of moving and shaking going on around here.
Like Colin decided to come down pit lane, so they're stacked back up though, ready to go one more time here.
Now, watch where the 41 jumps this restart. This is insane. Just about halfway through 3 and 4 before getting to that white line, he is already on the throttle and gone.
Oh!
Uh-oh, that's not going to sit well.
Brendan Wilcox almost helped Alex around there.
Yeah, he definitely gave him a little boot right there.
I was thinking we'd see that later.
Boys, you got to settle down a little bit. You got 223 more laps of this. Gee.
They are pack racing back here in the back too. Like Matthew Jarrett, Gardner, Pack all battling here. You got the 78 of Alex Gates, has the 93 of Zach Lockett to his outside. Garrett jumps down to the bottom, going to try and make a pass here. 81 almost had a run down on the inside, almost making it 3 wide.
You don't want to do 3 wide here because it will only end in disaster because the way this place funnels up towards the top, you definitely don't want to do that.
No. 3 wide's a bad idea. And we're under caution one more time.
Did we have an over-under on how many cautions this would be?
No.
Okay, just checking.
No, but I kind of was joking because they were talking about the snowflake and them handing out EOLs like candy.
Well, yeah. Somebody decided to raid. Someone decided to raid Willy Wonka's shop for this one.
See what happened here. 39 machine. Oh, check up, check up, check up. Oh, and
Dennis Kane and the 39 get together after Dennis gets a little bit booted sideways, and
it looks like Colin just lost everything there.
yeah. Once again, you know, I don't blame these guys for going off strategy right now. Some of these stronger cars that can actually, you know, drive their way back up, going off strategy on pit road, you know, that's not a bad thing.
Oh,
yeah.
Colin just had a blinking incident.
Yeah.
01 brought out the caution, so he'll get the end of line.
As Kurt Busch once said to Jimmy Spencer in 2002 at Indianapolis, you need to go to the rear. But that was after Jimmy wrecked them. Yes, I just dated myself with that crash. Go figure. "74 laps in the book. Joey Burchett's been out front for the entire shebang. This looks like his race to lose already."
Yeah, he definitely has had the dominant car. We'll see what the pit strategy is going to wind up being here as this race rolls on. I mean, these guys are racing for a little bit of money. Not a lot, but the winner also gets a K&S Designs paint. So couple things to race for here.
Now, that's a good paint job company right there. I've seen some of their work on the service. They got some good stuff.
They're getting stacked back up, ready to roll one more time.
Restart coming lap 76. It's going to be Joey Burchett and Brandon Wilcox sitting up front. Brandon Honeycutt and Bradley Stefane rounding out row 2. Row 3, Austin Pack and Alex Gates. There's a name we haven't talked about yet. Up 10 positions. Restart incoming as the pace car will make that hard left-hand turn again. And once again, Joey checks out.
Yeah, Joey gets going, and that's not the big news. The big news is it looked like Honeycutt spun his tires as he is almost under attack there by the 78 of Alex Gates up on that high side. Gates thinks better of it, dumps down behind. But we have John Connor. It looks like Truth Hoke and Teft all going to start battle. Truth Hoke stuck in the high line. Not really where he wants to be. Kyle Hess has that Valvoline machine rolling on the high line as well.
Yeah, Truth had the opportunity to jump down in front of the 98 of Teft. Instead, tried to make that high line work. Finally will jump down in front of him as the two make contact coming off of turn 4.
Yeah, Truth tried to dive down. Didn't realize he wasn't quite clear. Teft checked up just a little bit. And that is Kyle Hess is going to go around here.
Yeah, Kyle's up in no man's land right now. Kyle is going to be glad that this isn't the revamped debris particles that they're going to be bringing out for the December rebuild.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
That car would be unhappy up there right now.
I mean, oh. Who's that rolling off? Pelican.
Pelican, yeah. I think he had something else going on with the car. Because he's now sitting 8 laps down. So something had to have happened to that 25 car.
Yeah, he did come down and make a couple pit stops, it looks like. So I think everybody's kind of single filed out now. Looks like a battle brewing a little bit with Kinsley Smith trying to close in on Andrew Teft.
Yeah, Kenzie recovering from his earlier mishap this race. And, you know, for being almost 85 laps in, we've clicked this race off at a relatively fast pace. And I had to jinx it, didn't I?
Yep, it's all your fault.
Damn it. Damn it. Well, let's see what happened. Oh, Alan.
So the SRM team decided to get together.
Yeah, but that's not a work-related dinner, guys. Oh. That's going to be a Monday morning water cooler conversation we're not going to want to hear. And then we had the other incident where everyone was checking up on the back straightaway, and it looked like we had 2 or 3 cars go around. Oh, man. I had to say something to actually praise these guys, and then they had to shut me up and just say, hey, since you guys are talking about it, we're going to have 2 of your boys go at it.
Dennis Kane in the pits. Looks like all but the top 5 have come down and made pit stops.
I think the top 5 are going to be the ones that are going to try to stay out on these tires as long as possible, which means I wouldn't expect to see them until any time after lap 100. So they're going to try to keep this, you know, segmented 100, 200, and then keep this third set in case anything happens in the final 100.
So it looks like LaPratt had called it a day. Pelican is... it looks like he's called it a day as... Oh, no. He's still out on track. He's 8 laps down, though.
Yeah, he's going to need some help to get back up to the front because there's still 3 cars that are 1 lap down. John Connor is 2 and Zach Burke is 4, so he's going to need some help to get back up there. But yeah, Brian decided to load that thing up on the hauler for the night.
Now the 84 should be taking it to the back, I do believe.
As we get ready for this doubled up restart once again. And again, watch where this 41 goes. Pace car's turned, start of the box, bang, right at that white line this time, but he still checks on everybody.
Yeah, he's got a huge jump. He must have been practicing his restarts because nobody can keep up with him, as he has almost 0.3 of a second lead already of Brendan Wilcox, and Wilcox has been up in the front 2 rows every restart.
Yeah, that 41 has been insane this race already. So, and again, watching what he's been doing lap time wise, he's literally only 0.3 off of his best lap, and he's running these laps consistently. Right now, okay, I just got proven wrong. He just ran a 59, and his best lap is a 50. So that 41 has got some serious long-term speed.
Yeah, looking through the lap times, everybody else is running almost a 16.7 from like 6th back that have hit pit lane. And the leaders are all running 16.63, 16.64. So they must love their tires, and it wore in just right because they have found a little bit more speed. I mean, hardly any fall off that you notice here.
Yeah, and I gotta attribute it now to the fact that the track is starting to cool down a little bit. It's now down to it's back now down to 90 degrees. It's been as high as 93, so it's starting to cool off a little bit down there on the pavement. So these tires are going to slowly start getting back into their own again.
Oh, caution out again. Like the 31 machine. Self-spin, maybe? Take a look and see what we got. 98 clearing Jesse Fox. Oh, nope. 98 gave him a little help there as he pulled down. That is kind of the thing. I mean, that's kind of the thing, though. If you're a lap car, you got to be a little careful there.
You got to get out of the way if you know a lead lap car is coming. I mean, a lot of these guys have their relatives up in some way, shape, or form, whether it's the iRacing one itself or if they use a third-party overlay. I mean, I've got that myself. I've got the relative up, so I know who's around me. You got to know when a lead lap car is coming and just get out of the way.
Rolling around one more time here. I'm almost kind of surprised that the leaders didn't come down pit lane, as we're going to be about to lap 100. But, well, I mean, they're running almost as fast as they have all night.
The thing about it is we've also had, what, about 25 laps of caution so far?
Yeah.
So that's an extra 25 laps that they can put on these tires competitively. So it's not using up the tires as much, which means they're going to be able to make that second set go a little bit longer, and they're going to be able to save that third set for if they need it inside that last 100 or even inside the last 50. So this could be playing into their strategy more than what we're thinking right now.
Well, yeah, and having these cautions, they heat them up, they cool them down. It's almost like they're relatively not even wearing the tires because of that, the way the heat cycles through them.
Yeah, definitely. And again, now the track's gone down another couple of degrees since last time, so it's getting cooler. These tires are going through heat cycles, and somehow these guys are able to keep these tires underneath them for as long as they are, especially these front 5 or 6. So it doesn't surprise me to see, you know, barely any fall off with these front cars compared to everybody else. As the lights are out, we're going green this time by just as we cross over the 1/3 mark of this race.
Let's see if we'll just jump on board here. We'll ride around with Joey as he heads down the backstretch. Going to get ready to take him to green. We'll see how he gets this huge jump that he's been able to get. As soon as he crosses the line, foot down, and he is gone.
I almost think he's starting in first gear. Because
he gets a jump.
I saw him hit the chip twice before shifting. So I'm thinking he's starting in first gear.
He might be, as we have Jarrett and Hoke battling out. Kinsley Smith back up inside the top 6, trying to get inside that top 5.
Yeah, that 55 mom and pop's Chevy Camaro looks like he's with Truth Hoke behind the keyboard here, looking like he's going to try to get that outside line to work, and does as he clears the 80 and sets sail.
Yeah, now we got Napa on Napa.
Well, that's a whole lot of Napa know-how.
Nick Gardner battling side by side.
Did I really just say that Truth Hoke was behind the keyboard of a car?
Yes, you did.
Damn, Ken Squire's been rubbing off on me.
Still side by side, nobody going anywhere. Alex Teff sitting there trying to figure out which way he wants to go.
Well, and the thing about it is right now, Nick Gardner and Kinsley Smith are almost identical in their lap times, you know, time after time. So that battle's going to rage for a little bit.
Now the 84 of Brockell and Dennis Kane battling a little bit here. Kane has a good run on the inside. And here comes Andrew Teft on that high side trying to drive it in. Drives it in a little deep, almost to the rear bumper there of Dennis Kane. Kane puts his foot down a little bit more, helps with the push. As it looks like Brockell blew the corner, and he is up almost into that outside wall.
Yeah, it looked like he had a problem coming off of 3 and 4, and he just let it sit up at the top, and he's losing all of these positions right now.
Wholesale, as we say.
That's not just wholesale. That's a fire sale.
And Austin Pack down to the inside, trying to get by Teft, as Teft has been stuck in that high lane for a couple laps.
Yeah, he decided to get up there trying to make the move. It didn't pan out, and now he's going to start fading to the back of this line. And he's been really aggressive trying to get back down to the bottom, because when he was getting right behind Dennis, he almost shoved it in there and almost whacked the fuel tank off of that 4 car. So he's been getting really aggressive trying to get back down. So we'll have to wait and see if he's going to be able to do it here, as we have just hit lap 112.
And they're trying to get by. And I think this is the only time I've seen that outside line be able to battle for multiple laps. Usually a couple laps, and then you kind of lose a little bit. But looks like Teft is kind of pulling the... Ooh! Almost drove it down, trying to get down behind that 81. And he will go down behind and see if he can drive in and try and reclaim that bottom, as he gives a little tap and spins the 81 around. No caution, though, as
good save.
Pack saved it.
Good save by the 81, but he is going to be pissed right now.
Well, it's kind of one of those things that happens when you're driving these things. If the guy checks up a little bit more than you do, just a little tap is going to send him around.
Yeah, and it's not like you can immediately stomp on the brakes with these things and slow them down, because the moment you put any more brake pressure on the front tires, they lock up. So you're almost committed to how much brake you use to get into these corners, and anything else, you're going to hurt your tires. So it's a catch-22 with these cars, how hard you want to drive them.
Yeah, exactly. So as we are single filed out here, we're going to step aside for a moment, catch our breath, take a break. You won't miss anything. We'll go side by side, and we'll be right back after this.
do it.
All right, welcome back, everybody, as we continue on here in the Snowball Derby for the Racers Elite Series. A little close action there, as it looks like the leaders are coming up on lap traffic now.
Yeah, Joey Burchett in the 41 is checked on the field, sitting at about 2.5 seconds. And somehow those are still the original tires he's been on since the start of this race. And here we are getting ready to hit lap 133, and his fall off has been nowhere near as huge as everyone else's. I mean, is he actually going to try to split this race in half, or, I mean, what is he hoping for here?
I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Is that why Ford has all the problems they have? I'm just saying.
I mean, if it's broke, don't fix it. I mean,
there's too many jokes for Ford on this one, guys. Trust us.
check on Brendan Wilcox as he is back here with Brandon Honeycutt.
Yeah, Brandon Wilcox sitting 2.6 seconds back. Brandon Honeycutt about a tenth back to him. And both of these guys are losing a tenth a lap to Joey right now. So even on older tires, Joey has just put the field on notice tonight.
I mean, even these guys here, they've stayed out the whole time, and they're still running pretty similar times. I think they're running faster lap times than most of the field anyway.
They are, but in comparison, Burchett just put down a 17:21. Wilcox has a 27, and Honeycutt a 29.5. So, you know, it's still a matter of losing hundredths here, hundredths there, and that's why Joey's been able to check out. Is he's somehow managed his car to a point where I don't even know if he's going to come in on lap 150. He may try to go 175 with this thing.
I mean, the other thing up front, and you've seen what kind of happens towards the back.
Yeah, exactly. Now, granted, you got to get around lap traffic. They're the first one to do it, but at the same token, it's easier to deal with lap traffic one by one than try to drive up through the field 5 or 6 at a time. I'm just scratching my head at this, trying to figure out, you know, when is the actual stop going to be, and is it going to be the only stop he makes?
I mean, if he makes it to 150, I don't see why it wouldn't be his only stop. The only thing that I would worry about is he's had so many caution laps right now that maybe he only can actually go, 70 laps or so. So maybe he's trying to make it to that 175 mark.
Yeah,
if he can.
That way, if possible, come in lap 250 and have the freshest set of tires, fresher set than everybody else out here, and try to drive back up to the field with the field goods on. As it seems like the field has strung itself out pretty good here. This battle is now raging 3.5 seconds back. Again, it's the fact of Joey's put down a 17:21 compared to a 33 and a 38. So he's got something underneath that 41 that's dialed in pretty well perfect, as the track looks like it is going through its first big change and shading up pretty much everywhere.
Yeah, it definitely looks like it is. If we can take a look at the weather. Back temperature's still way hot. It's still 94 degrees. The air temperature has dropped quite a bit as it is down to 75.
Yeah. I think it's with the constant running because when we were having the cautions, the track temp dropped to 88, 89 degrees. And now that we've had, all this constant running for the last, I almost want to say 100 laps is ding, there's halfway. The track temp has picked back up.
Kyle Hess, Jesse Fox battling for the last place on the lead lap here.
Yeah, and with these cars.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably part of the reason why Joey's kind of staying out. He doesn't want to have to work his way through the field. He's kind of seen what happened when you get back there. You have to battle your way back through, and you never know what's going to happen here. Trying to catch some action on track. Alex Teff going to the inside of Nick Gardner. Just in front of them, Kinsley Smith was trying to close in. Looks like Alex Teft is going to glide. Oh, not quite by.
Now, that's the thing also, the high line does come into play more as the 27 gives it up. The high line does come into play more with used up tires. So it doesn't surprise me that people are trying to work that second groove in.
Well, you got to be careful a little bit too. If you notice on the track, if you get out of that groove, out of those white lines, you get up into those marbles, and that can really slide you around as well.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, if this was the update that's coming later this month, the marbles would be a lot more effective. But even still, it's enough to throw your car off and make you think you're on ice. So that's why you're going to see a lot of these guys, once they get up to that third groove, start sliding back in a heartbeat.
Back here a little bit further. Got Alex Gates and Lee Campbell. Austin Pack back there as well.
Yeah, we saw the 78 when we were side by side with an incredible save.
It looked like he slid up a little bit, the car turned down a bit, but they were able to keep it going in the right direction and keep that caution from coming out here. Matthew Jarrett trying to drive by on the high side.
You know, I was reading in through the Discord of all of this, and by the way, if you guys want to join these events, either hit us up or hit up Andrew Teff either in the Facebook iRacing group or get in touch with us. We'll put you in touch with him. He said that this seemed like it was going to be like a nor'easter event because there are so many guys from New England. Andrew, if you really want to attract the New England guys, run this at Oxford. Put a 250 up from Oxford, and I guarantee you're going to have the New England contingency all over it.
Gardner and Dunaway side by side, and Gardner takes the turn wide.
Yeah, he's going to end up losing a couple of positions on that one. I think his car is starting to fade a little bit.
Yeah, Alex Pelican trying to get back towards the front where he was, but he's several laps down, so sticking it out, trying to work through here.
Yeah, 7 laps down to the lead. Again, Joey Burchett has just checked on out. And it's the top 4 cars that have yet to pit. The first one on tires that is here is 5th place, Bradley Stefan, and he was in lap 97. Everyone else has been in within the 50s to 70s, so there is a lot of varying strategy, but to go 166 laps on a set of tires is insane. It's making me think that these guys might start pushing to 200.
I mean, if he makes it to 200, he'll definitely stay out, seeing that everybody else had to come down came down at lap 7 in the 50s and 70s. I mean, you're going to see those guys come down probably lap 200. So if he sees a huge group come down, or if there's a caution where several drivers are saying they're going to pit, I'd imagine he'd come down and pit with them to try and keep some of that track position so he doesn't have to pass everybody on a green flag run.
Yeah, easily. And that would be keeping himself, because there's currently 17, 18 cars on the lead lap right now. And that would mean probably you're looking at, if a big enough pack, i.e. 9 or 10 cars come down, and he comes with them, he'd be only losing out, honestly, on 5 spots. So it would be a lot easier of a run on.
Yeah, it definitely would here as Andrew Teff gets by. Gardner has his sights set on Dunaway. Dunaway is about a little over a second in front of Teft here. Kinsley Smith trying to close in on Stefan, but he's still a second and a half or so back.
Yeah, Kinsley's car just hasn't been the same since the earlier incident where he got the nose jacked up a little bit. So I think that car might be a little bit more hurt than what he thought as Jordan decides to get out of the way. And speaking of all of that, if you guys actually want to have the gift of gab and actually know how to broadcast a few events, feel free to get in touch with us. Either leave a comment in the YouTube channel, check out our Facebook page at Sim Racing Media, or if you want to have PTSD, have Alan Bergen wreck you in a Talladega truck race. We'll get a job that way too. That's how I got here.
That is true. Brendan Wilcox coming in. Brandon Honeycutt also in. Truth Hope coming in. The one driver who is not is the leader. Unless, yep, he's staying out still.
Unbelievable. This is a drive and a half from this 41 car. Still staying out, still staying out. He's going to try to milk this for what it's worth. He's got a 7.4 second gap on Stefan in an 89 car. And you realize,
there he goes.
Now it comes down pit road. I was going to say 7.4 seconds is almost half the track. So to make it to lap 175 tells me that he's expecting this race to go long, and he's expecting everyone else to come down pit road.
Well, I'd imagine everybody's going to have to.
Doing it this way, he literally split the race in, well, just past halfway. So he's going to be good in case of green, white checker finishes. And he's also going to have the freshest tires out there compared to everybody else. So we're going to want to keep an eye on what he does, as I'm looking at where he came out. One lap down in 16th, but he's going to be able to drive right around everybody and make this up. As there's the 89 right now, and the 41 is just in front of him. So he's literally a lap and maybe 3 car lengths from 2. But he's going to be laying down some of the fastest times you guys are going to see out of these cars all race long.
Yes, he is trying to get back to the
1675. Lead car is at a 1744. So 0.8 difference, give or take. In an entire run, he's going to have to end up doing this twice. I think it's doable. He'll get around those cars that are lapped down easy, but could he fully unlap himself?
Zach Lockett and Colin McDonough, looks like they've been having issues. Colin McDonough's come down pit road 3 times. Zach Lockett came down on lap 86. The driver that he's been racing most of the night is just in front of him right now. And he pitted 3 laps earlier.
Yeah, and that's the thing is Brandon Wilcox has been the prototypical thorn in the side of Joey most of this race. I mean, if you look at their laps, Wilcox had a 76. Well, as everything changes, a 74 compared to Burchett's 66. And their best laps are a 1650 for Joey, a 1657 for Brandon. So these guys are pretty even. It's just a matter of, can they stay out of their own way enough to get to the front and then be able to unlap themselves and then do it all over again? And is there enough time for them to do it?
Yeah, it's gonna be close. I mean, all these drivers in front of him are gonna have to pit right now. Stefan lap 97, so I mean, he's gonna have to pit one more time. So if they just keep, logging laps, they should be okay. I mean, and if a caution were to come out, you would assume that everybody in front of him is probably going to come down pit lane as Kinsley Smith comes down now.
Yeah, Kinsley was one of the early stoppers. I think he was in the mid-50s, so doesn't surprise me to see him come in.
Definitely
But again,
not.
that's right around 145 laps, give or take, that he was on a set of tires. So they know from here they can make it on tires and fuel. So now the strategy comes out to where they come out in relation to the leader and to the 41 and 26.
Yeah, exactly.
And Stefan's lead has actually gone down quite a bit to the Tef boys. At one point I noticed it was somewhere around 4.5 seconds. Now both cars are under 4 seconds behind the 89 car. As we are watching this battle between the Teft brothers, the 43 washes way up the hill, giving Andrew the bottom, and Andrew's just going to make easy work of Alex. Slides up in front of him, just about gets a little bit of chrome for his problems, as they're still trying to work around that 25 car of Alex Pelican, who's still 7 laps down from his early troubles this race. As the 43 also has a mirror full of Sean Dunaway in the STP 01 car. So right now, these guys, everyone else will have to make a pit stop eventually. But the notes that they took from the 41 car and the 26, because both those guys went real long on their stops, they could try to extend this almost into, I would want to say, 40 to 50 to go. As the field has kind of slowly sorted itself out a little bit. One of the other battles that I'm looking at through the timing, besides what we've got here, it looks like okay, I'm trying to see who that is number-wise, as Alex Gates comes down pit road.
Looks like Lee Campbell's coming down too, so pit stop cycles are starting.
Yeah, this could be the final stop of the race for a lot of these guys.
Stefan, Teft, and Teft are all inside the top 3. Looks like Alex might be coming down pit lane. He will do that.
Yep. Which means he's putting on his, probably his last set of Hoosiers. So, again, a lot of these late stops, I think, are last sets outside of guys like Joey and Brandon who are still sitting with an extra set on their car. and Truth Hope trying to get underneath Andrew Teff right now. Truth, unfortunately, sitting, it looks like a couple of laps down. Yeah, 3 laps down right now. The way this race started, you'd figure, okay, we'd get into a rhythm, run about 10, 15 laps, caution would hit. We have had a monstrous extended run of this race.
Yeah, we have definitely had that right now with Bradley Stefane leading the race. We have 6 drivers on the lead lap for the moment as he's working to the inside of Kyle Hess. And that's not really something that Joey wants to see in that 41 machine, as he was just about to get to the lucky dog position here. And now he will have to fight one more driver.
6 cars on the lead lap, and the lead cars rocking Hoosiers. Wait a minute. We sure this ain't Wilkesboro 1994 with Jeff Bodine behind the wheel?
Could be. Alex Teft on fresh tires, trying to stay out in front of the 89 machine.
Yeah, and Dennis Kane right there behind him as well. The next car that Bradley needs to worry about is the 98 of Andrew Teft. That's 4 seconds in his mirror.
Yeah, Andrew Teft has made several pit stops, last stopping on lap 87. Some of those were, I believe he probably got a drive-through penalty, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so, yeah.
But hopefully he's saving a set of tires, because he's going to need to make one more stop here. Dunaway battling him there for second place.
Yeah, and it wasn't long ago that Sean was backwards in the wall with, I think, the back bumper, laying down in the middle of 1 and 2. Now he's up here running for third. So, that's a great recovery drive. And back on the lead lap, the 41 of Joey Burkett.
Not quite.
Okay, I was looking at this and it was like, wait a minute. Scoring Tower is playing tricks on us again.
Yeah, I want to thank everybody for joining us on YouTube. And I believe we're on Facebook and Twitch as well. So trying something a little different tonight, see what we can do.
Yeah, a little triple cast for everybody here tonight. Yeah, make sure if you guys like what you're watching, we got this action normally 6 nights a week with some really amazing leagues, including Racers Elite, Icon, you name it. We've got most every league here that you can think of and every style of racing you can think of. So make sure you keep around, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit every button available to say, hey, look, we're tuning in every chance we get.
Yeah, it looks like right now we have 2 drivers on the lead lap as everybody else came down pit road. Stefane and Gardner. Dunaway in and out.
Which means when this cycle is over, it looks like it could be, well, I think Matthew Jarrett in the 80s due for a pit stop, and Kyle Hess in the 86 is due, but that's now in the rearview mirror. It will cycle to put Joey Burchett back out front.
They're battling pretty hot here. Kyle Hess letting a lapper go.
Yeah, not an important battle right now for Kyle Hess. Because once again, Pelican unfortunately sitting 7 laps down. One of the stronger cars that we had, and unfortunately, bad luck cost him this race.
Yeah, bad luck definitely did. Did you see leader going to the inside of Jordan Brockell?
Yeah, Jordan.
Passed.
Yeah, Jordan letting him go, and Hopefully he doesn't try to commit any more SRM on SRM crime here tonight.
Alan's still out there rolling.
Oh, that's a good thing. I guess Alan's car wasn't that badly tore up.
Down in 21st.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I don't think the paint job helped the car tonight. I mean, it looks great and all, but I don't think the Christmas movies helped. And I'm gonna sound like a homer for all of this, but Die Hard's a Christmas movie. Don't come at me.
Oh, I will not. I argue with my wife all the time about about that.
Die Hard's a Christmas movie, and Batman is a Christmas movie. There, I said, live with it. It's on YouTube forever. Deal with it, everybody. Meanwhile, speaking of being dealt with, looks like the 27's got himself a little bit of company right now in the form of the old 81 car there, Austin Peck. It's not for position. So, this mix of cars right now, again, the strategies are all varying to the point where, you know, how is the rest of this race really going to shake out?
Yeah, it's gonna. Right now, it looks like it is. Well, just like I just flipped over here, Joey Burkett is battling with a cluster of drivers around him. He has Dennis Kane, Truth Hoke, like the 39 of Colin McDonough back there as well. He is definitely faster than all the drivers around him. He just has to bide his time and work through the field here.
Yeah, this is the one thing the 41 needs to have is patience, because one wrong move and he's either going to lock up a tire or he's going to get in too deep and junk somebody. And he's just got to drive out that windshield, forget about his mirror right now, and just set up to be where everyone else isn't, because he's got the freshest tires. He can start knocking down more laps. He knows everyone else around him has to pit. And he'll be reassuming the lead probably within the next 5 to 10 laps, I would assume.
I would imagine so, because it looks like Gardner came in on lap 72, so he should be due any moment here. Stefan, 97, so, I mean, unless he can run 200 laps on fuel run, which I don't believe he can, because even with all the cautions, Burchett still came in. So I don't think that's going to matter at the moment here.
Yeah, because when the 89 came in, that was towards the start of this long green flag run. So they haven't had a huge break outside of those first 7 cautions. So that 89 car has got to be getting close to being on fumes at this point.
Well, and right now, I believe he is the driver just in front. Yeah, he is. Just in front of the 41 there of Joey Burchett, as he's trying to get his lap back the hard way.
Yeah, and that's not surprising that Joey's doing it this way, because once again, Bradley running a 17:45 compared to Joey's, well, now that they've crossed the line, it's a 17:22 for Bradley, a 17:14 for Joey. So it's not the same pace as with the tires originally, but again, the thing about this 41 car is it doesn't drop off as much as everybody else's has.
Yeah, he has not dropped off like hardly at all since even the start. Looks like Matthew Jarrett coming in.
Yeah, the 80 finally says that he needs his either his, I think it's his last set of tires.
Caution is out.
Boy. As Nick Gardner, I believe, was on pit road when it hit. Oh, Truth washes up into Allen, hits him in the door, and then Dennis Kane says, "Allen, I don't like your Christmas movies." And then, oh my goodness. Wow. This is the wrong type of late model to be upside down in.
Well,
If you're going to be upside down in any late model, it's usually a dirt late model. So that would be what Allen's forte would be. But
Let's see if
Holy
this is the,
cow.
let's see if this is the right driver we see. No?
No, it was
I thought it was,
it was one of the other cars. No, I don't think it was. I think it was one of the other cars.
Oh, there we go.
It's that white and blue car right there. I think not Alex Steph. It was the other one. I don't think it was a 39 either.
Oh, it was Lee Campbell.
Lee Campbell, yes.
There we go.
That was an absolute pile drop. There's a contact. Allen gets turned, and then
Allen goes for a spin.
Yeah, and Lee just jacks the brakes on and completely loses it.
Yeah, he was trying to get out of the way, but there really
There's
was
nowhere
nothing
to
for him
hide.
really to do.
There was nowhere to hide.
So
I think that Yeti on the hood got scared.
oh, yeah, probably.
Well, with all of that going on, the lead has reset to Joey Burchett, who last pitted. Well, now it sets up for Bradley here to be back up front. But yeah, this is going to set up to be a pretty interesting finish because I'm looking at only, 6 cars on the lead lap right now? And the oldest tires out of all of them is actually Joey, so now he doesn't have the advantage. And is Joey going to the back of the pack?
He got the lucky dog, so
Yeah. Now this is going to be a fun... This is going to be a very fun 60-lap race. Field is back in control, and the 89 waits way too long to get going. This is very unique because everyone around him is lapped down.
well, that's what I was just looking at. Like everybody, I was like, wait, is my timing and scoring wrong? What in the world's happening?
No, your timing and score is not wrong because I'm looking at the same thing here, dude. Joey Burchett's sitting in second, but he is literally 3 seconds behind the 89.
Wow.
It had to be because of the pit cycle. And Bradley just ran the best lap this race at a 16:43 on those tires.
That is insane.
Now, if there's a caution, these other cars will get up. Yeah. I can't even get my thought out before something else happens.
Looks like that's the Truth Hope machine. Well, looks like he got loose before the corner.
He got loose, saved it, and throttled up, and...
Yeah, not too bad.
No, I mean, these 5-star bodies are strong, but there's still going to be a little residual damage. Trust me, I've hit a few of these things. They're pretty tough. Don't ask me with what. Well, now it looks like everyone else who had the extra tires, including Joey Burchett, Andrew Teft, Alex Teft, and Sean Dunaway. Brandon Wilcox will cycle out in a second. And yeah, this is definitely getting a little bit more interesting.
Well, it's still... I mean, maybe it's I thought at like the regular ovals in NASCAR, I thought they wound up, making lap cars go to the back.
Usually they do, but I guess on the short tracks on iRacing, they said, We're going to confuse everybody. Dear iRacing, fix this. I'm just saying. As we get ready to have a restart here with about 50 to go, it's going to be Bradley Stefan sitting up front here in that 89 car, Joey Birch at second, Alex Teft, Sean Dunaway, Brandon Wilcox, and Andrew Teft, your lead lap cars. And it seems like they're finally letting everybody kind of cycle up, but you still got lap cars in the mix, as it looks like finally Joey's going to be able to get up there. Now, can Joey get that jump from the outside? Every jump he's had has been inside line. Can he actually get the jump from the outside this time?
Well, every jump's been on his control, so, I mean, that's the other thing. The 89 has not had the jump that Joey had, but he gets the jump that time.
That time he went earlier than usual. He went earlier than the last restart. Last restart, he waited till almost they got out of the box. This time, they were about 5 or 6 feet from getting out of it, and he jumped on the throttle. So, and now Alex Teft is trying to run down second. Oh, Bradley just smacked the fence with the right rear.
Back to battling inside, outside.
Alex Teft trying to make that inside line work, but Joey is just so strong. That car has been untouchable almost every groove it's been in. So this is what makes, a true short track driver dangerous, is when they know their car is untouchable in both lanes. They can just beat you any which way they want, as it looks like Bradley is coming down pit road.
If I heard race control right, he has a drive-through for switching lanes before the start-finish line.
Oh, no.
Go back through the field as we have drivers stacked up, trying to see what we have going on. It's hard to find what your drivers are based on strategy, because they're all over the place here, battling for position with 45 laps to go. But that is not something that Bradley wanted to have happen, as he did get that massive jump, but he was down on the bottom. He went up to the high side before the start-finish line, got a drive-through penalty, so that's going to put him a lap down. He is the first car a lap down, so he could be battling back late in this race.
Yeah, if there's a late enough caution, and that had to be, speaking of cautions.
Well,
and if I saw the car correctly, why, Jordan, why?
All by myself.
Don't want to spin all by myself. Ladies and gentlemen, karaoke night has been brought to you by Premier Setups. That's a freebie, everybody.
Yeah, definitely. And if you guys are in the need for some sim gear, there's been QR codes strolling through every couple minutes here on the broadcast. GTR, Moza. I mean, go check them out. Use the codes. Help the league. They get a little bit of money back to help fund it.
Yeah, the Moza stuff is some of the top of the line that you guys will actually get when it comes to sim racing.
So back to our regularly scheduled jump start here that Burchett winds up getting.
Yeah, back to the regularly scheduled shenanigans that we have here on Saturday nights. The 89 got lucky that caution came when it did.
Yeah, I mean, really, it's the best case scenario for what he was dealing with.
Yeah. I mean, I've had that happen before in official races where I lost the race at Phoenix due to stupidity. I'll admit that right now. But I got nailed for jumping the start, and I mistimed it literally by a split second in an Xfinity race. And within about 6 laps after I did the drive-through, caution came out. So it kept... Fortune just smiled big on the 89. But is there going to be enough time to get back up to the front with, what, about 38 to go when we go back green?
Yeah, sounds about right. Burchett going to lead him down with Alex Teff to his high side.
And once again, Joey gets that start. Teff smoked the tires on that restart.
Yeah, he got going way too fast there, just not where he wanted to be. Andrew Teff trying to take advantage of the high line, trying to slide down in front of Dunaway. Can't quite do it. He has Honeycutt behind him, and he will clear this time by.
Yeah, the Teff boys running third and fourth. They got some fresh tires sitting on those two cars. 245 and 246 on the stops. Dunaway sitting on 258 for his. So, and best lap once again goes to Joey Burchett at a 16:38. So this track has picked it up. It's down to 84 degrees track temp. So there's more grip in this track than what there has been all race long.
Yeah, it definitely has been. Wilcox back up here in the front. Teft, and Dunaway. Honeycutt, first driver a lap down, I do believe.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. And right now, Burchett's only got a 0.3 of a second gap sitting on Brendan Wilcox, but that's still plenty of enough because he's just managing that gap right now. One thing that 41 car has done all race long is manage gap. He knows exactly what he's got. He knows what everyone else has got. And he's been able just to keep that car out front enough, but at the same token, save enough to drive away from everybody late.
Yeah, he's been lights out.
Yeah, and it seems like he's also trying to experiment line-wise a little bit because he's entering the corners maybe about half a groove up off the bottom and then driving it down the rest of the way by center exit. So he's also saving a little bit of tire doing that.
He's pulling away now, has over a half-second gap right now.
Yeah. And you can see how long he's off throttle if you watch the backfire off the right side of the car. He hangs this thing so far off throttle, and then when he picks it up, it's so smooth. He's not getting that car out of shape. He's not jumping it around. That thing is balanced tonight. Full of the 43, which unfortunately means he's got to defend more than attack, and that's just going to let that 41 car disappear.
Yeah, that's what happened last time. When you start defending, you wind up giving away more time on the front end.
Yeah, definitely. And right now he's already given it up to the point where he's almost a full second back of that 41 car, all because he's trying to keep that 43 behind him.
Caution out on track once again.
Never mind what I was saying. I was just blathering for no apparent reason.
Let's see what happens to Austin Pack here.
Looks like Austin slides up. Oh, ow.
Splits the uprights. 26 kind of got caught in it as well. Like he slides up. Should have spun the 78, but sends him back straight. Goes up on the wheel. Barely taps the 25.
I haven't seen somebody split the uprights that good since watching the Georgia-Texas game earlier. Oh. I know. Where do we go from there? Where do we go from there, right?
Yeah, I'd hate to be any part of that college playoff committee because they will only make wrong decisions.
Ain't that the truth? But that's a committee for everything. Look at what we've got in motorsports.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, see how that turns out. Hopefully before, Daytona.
Yep. It could be worse. It could be like Rob Manfred talking about a golden at bat. Speaking of being golden, Joey Burchett has been all race long. We're going to end up getting a restart with right about 20 to go, so it's going to be your typical Saturday night shootout. And he's going to have Wilcox to his outside when we get ready to go back green.
Yeah, and that caution brought Brandon Honeycutt. So Brandon Honeycutt joins the lead group here. We got Burchett, Wilcox, Teft, Stefane, Dunaway, and Honeycutt on the lead lap.
7 cars on the lead lap in a sim race. Are we sure this isn't an official series? I've seen that happen a few times, trust me.
I don't know. They did run this in the officials, I believe, last week. Didn't really pay much attention to how it went, but I would be scared to death running a bottom split.
I heard it was nothing but chaos. Which, for a short track, it doesn't surprise me any.
No, as they're stacked back up. If that 41 can get rolling once again here, has a little competition from Brendan Wilcox on that high side, and the Teff brothers back in row number 2.
Yeah, if I was at 26, I'd almost want to be up to that right front tire, but it doesn't matter because that 41 is throttled up and checked again. No one has had anything for his restarts.
No, that 41 takes that restart zone and just drives away with it. The only thing that's going to help the 26 is he is within inches of the bumper of the 41 of Burchett. Wilcox trying to get there inside. Not quite, but he is right on his bumper. See if he uses it to take some advantage here or if Burchett gets rolling.
Oh, Brandon actually hit him a couple of times in these last couple of laps. He has jacked him up. It's just the fact that the 41 is so settled, he can drive away from the contact.
You can just see the run he gets coming into the corner, trying to get to the back bumper of Burchett there. Just not enough there.
Yeah, Wilcox has been driving this thing in about 3 lengths deeper than usual, and that's the only reason he's been able to stay there. Once again, 3 lengths deeper and almost takes out that right rear fender.
Ooh, Wilcox got a little loose.
Oh, he's driving that thing for everything it's worth because we're getting ready to come up to 15 to go, and he knows if that 41 gets any semblance of fresh air, it's over.
Yeah, everybody's paying attention to that as they are trying to get by, trying to hang on. But that 41 is looking for victory circle.
He's not just looking for it. He's about to set up camp. The way this thing has been driving all race long, outside of that one cycle where he did go a lap down and drove his way back around everybody twice, that car has been up front, set up, and camped.
Yeah, and now he's seeing exactly what he wants to see in his rearview mirror as Alex Teft is trying to get to the rear bumper of the 26 of Brendan Wilcox. Caution is out, and we will start once again here.
Oh, this is going to be dicey here as it looks like it's 25 and oh, the 78's frustrated now. That was unnecessary. Let's see what this was about. We might want to keep the truck on this one.
Pretty wide.
Clunk, clunk, kapow, and kapow.
Everybody trying to get by.
And it's just your typical short track stack up. And I don't know what that was about.
Yeah, did you see how much room the 41 gave the 78?
Yeah, he's like, I want no part of this bowl. I mean,
78 touched the 27 a little bit, touched him a little bit again. Wind up 3 wide, 27 bounces off the 39 of Colin McDonough, and around goes the 78.
Yeah, takes the 25, and I think 1 or 2 other cars up with him. The 78 could have just throttled up and just gone around here, but instead he completely backs into the 25. So I'd love to know what that was about. As it looks like race control has deemed the 78 has gone a lap down. Oh, and it looks like Sean Dunaway came down pit road to take a set of tires.
I mean, might as well. If you have another set, you got 10 laps. Be probably 8 to go when we, 7 to go when we go green, as the lights are still on right now.
And it looks like Kyle Hess is doing the same. Could also be fixing a little bit of damage as well, because I think he might have gotten to the back end of somebody in that caution. So now the biggest question is it was a 12.82 second stop for Kyle, so I think that's just getting a fresh set of stickers. Can Sean Dunaway and Kyle Hess pull this one out?
So the question is, will Brendan Wilcox be able to hang on here and get to the rear bumper of the 41 of Joey Burchett?
Well, restart's going to be with 7 to go. We about to see some fireworks here tonight from Five Flags. In the restart zone, I think the 41 actually gave the 26 a shove.
26 staying right with him.
26 return serve, and he's literally pushing him out of the corner there, trying to get down to the inside line. Can he get it in there? He shoves it deep. I don't think it's going to stick. That 41's going to get the run off. The 26 is going to try to make it go again. Contact between the two of them.
26 had to check up just a little bit there, where he was going to spin that 41 around. He drives it in deep one more time. Wilcox trying everything he can. 5 to go here at Five Flags.
Wilcox is trying to get there. He shoves it in again, just about wipes the back bumper off the 41 car. The 41 has to come down pit road.
It's like the 41 got a switching lanes before the start-finish line, so that is going to be it for his night. Brendan Wilcox. Alex Teft.
Now, that is changing the complexion of this race. Now it's going to be Wilcox and Teft. Teft gives him the bump right there. Lets him gather it. 3 laps to go.
Stefan in the high side. Brandon Honeycutt down on the bottom. Coming out of the pits is Burchett. And here we go one more time. Wilcox, Teft, Honeycutt, Dunaway, Teff trying to make a move going down to the inside. Wilcox
popsicle
closes
stick.
it off.
Popsicle sticks went up last time by. This time by, they're going to see the white flag. Wilcox will be leading them going into it, but who will be leading it coming down to the checkers? The popsicle sticks are away. Oh, we got a wreck with everybody involved. Oh, my goodness. Every last front-running car is involved, and the one who gets through it, Bradley Stefan in the 89.
Looks like they deemed that the caution came out before they got the white flag. So that means we are going green-white checker.
Oh my God.
So let's go back and take a look here.
Watch it right up front there with 26 and 43. Oh, Teff gave him a boot, and everyone gets stacked.
I'll say Dunaway got into the back, and then here's everybody else. Let's take a look from Andrew Teff's machine here on board.
Alex Teff and Brendan Wilcox get into it right there. And as he's checking off, oh, he hits his brother. And then gets driven. Oh, my goodness.
And let's see what brought it out here. On board the Taco Bell machine here.
And you're going to see it right here. He gets right on, Alex gets right on the throttle and just drop kicks the 26. And then the field just stacks into it. I haven't seen anything like that since Clint Boyer destroyed Kyle Busch at Nashville. Who won that race? Michael Waltrip running 5th. Who was in 5th position when this caution came out and is now leading? Your boy right here in the 89 car, Bradley Stefan. Wow. And for those who don't know what green white
let's take a look at something
is,
real quick.
Okay, what you got for me?
Just real quick. Let's see what happened here. Oh, he just barely touches the 31. Oh my gosh.
Yep. That was major wreck avoidance as we got everybody doubled up again. The 89 is going to control this restart. It's green white checker finish, which means we got the green flag now. White flag will be next time by. If we see that before caution, we will see the checkered flag.
If I'm thinking what I just saw, oh, we have a caution.
And I'm thinking what you just saw may not be happy.
If what I was looking at, I'm not sure what happened here.
Oh, let's take a look. I have no idea what brought this one out.
I don't either.
Was there something further back? I'm not really seeing it either. Let's see what we've got here. Riding with Dennis Payne high in the blimp shot.
69.
Right there behind it. The 27 and 69 got together.
Now we'll take a look.
That's where this all came from.
Like Jesse Fox is a little slow to go.
And the 27 just sends it in and just says, I'm rooting you out of the way, but they kept it straight, so I don't understand what the caution's for.
I don't either.
I mean, iRacing's the one throwing the cautions here tonight, so I guess they figured, hey, screw it, we'll throw a caution for it.
I was a little worried for the 89 machine because it almost looked like he did what Joey did, switching lanes.
Yeah, that would be the second time he'd get nabbed for it, too.
Yeah. Looks like, what I was looking at before on that last caution when Joey Burchett was working his way through, he made contact with the 30 or with the 81 just barely on the outside, and that caused him to be involved in the wreck and lose his lucky dog.
Oh,
the last time. But this time here, he got it back, so he's on the lead lap now.
Yeah, but he's back in 8th place, and that he's not going to have enough time to get up here to the front unless something wild happens. And
have you
well,
watched
we already
this race?
had it on the regular. Shut up.
I mean,
yeah, I know. Now, as I was saying before we got interrupted, the green-white checker basically means green flag hits this time by. Next time by, we see the white flag. Unless the caution comes out, then we re-rack it and do it one more time because there's a max of 3 GWCs. If we see the white, next flag ends it no matter what it is, or even if you're upside down like Alan was earlier in the race. And with the pace car making the hard left-hand turn here coming up, it's going to be Bradley Stefan and Sean Dunaway up front, and here we go. Oh, that's borderline.
that is close. Honeycutt
That is
Dunaway.
really close.
Kyle Hess working his way back up here.
So far, it seems like everything's copacetic. No one's saying anything from what I understand.
26,
Is we got
send it in. Going to send Alex Teft around it. We are still racing. Oh.
Yeah, we got the oh. Did they say they took the caution before the white?
Looks like it, but somebody's
going to have someone to answer to here, but in the hall or post race.
Yeah. Let's take a look here.
All right, so Wilcox sends this in 3 miles deep, gives the 43 a shove, getting into his brother in the 98 car, and then the 43 gets turned behind them.
Okay, we'll go back.
All right, so there's Wilcox giving Alex a shove, sending him into Andrew. Truth Oak gets the 43, and for the second time, someone ends up showing their chassis off.
Yeah. I'm not sure what happened at the beginning to warrant that driving of the 26.
And the 26 looks like he's parked or something. Well, I think the 26 was just trying to get back up to the front and just drove in too deep. He just drove in over his head and just set all that up. And now this is the last attempt at the GWC, which I think we're going to see everybody double up next time by, which we'll see Bradley Stefan, Brandon Honeycutt, Sean Dunaway, Kyle Hess, Andrew Teft, Alex Teft, and Joey Burchett, your top 7 on the lead lap.
So this is definitely a war of attrition here. As it looks like the 26 has been DQ'd, told to park it and head off the track. We got Stefan, Honeycutt, Dunaway, Hess, Andrew Teft, and Joey Burchett, and Alex Teft are the lead lap cars here as we're going to take this final green-white checker.
Yeah, I think the 26 after that was just way in over his head. But that's yesterday's news. Green flag's going to come out on today's news. Can the 89 hold everybody off, or are we going to see more fireworks here? Pace car makes the left-hand turn. Bradley is gone. We are back green flag racing, and once again, that might be close on the restart.
Caution, and I do believe that's going to be race over.
Yeah, it is because they only have 3 attempts at green-white checker. That's it. That's the race, and it's going to go to Bradley Stefan in the 89.
Honeycutt, Dunaway, Hess, Andrew Teft, Joey Burchett didn't get a chance.
No, he didn't. After having the dominant car all race, Joey is going to kick himself in the tail in this one. And there's the checkered flag. Your winner of the Racers Elite Snowball Derby, Bradley Stefan in the 89. I mean, not taking anything away, he had himself a great run with this car. It's just, you know, sometimes these long races, a chess game comes out, and he just played it better than everybody else.
Well, I guess. Let's see who we can start with.
Yeah, the craziness that was.
I guess
don't even know if
we'll start
How's
with,
that?
I guess, third place. Don't see our winner in here, so we'll start with third. Oh, there he goes. No. We'll start with third place anyway. Go 3, 2, 1.
All right.
Let me get Sean Dunaway up here for you. There you go,
Yo, Sean, it's Shane up in the booth. You got a copy?
I gotcha.
First off, man, the Richard Petty paint scheme, digging it. You know, I'm a fan of classic racing, so thank you for bringing back part of my childhood. Talk to me about the craziness of the last 50 laps of this race.
Yeah. So, you know, the good news was, you know, there was only at that time about 4 or 5 cars on the lead lap. So, you know, that felt pretty good. You know, you were able to get in, get some tires, kind of not worry. But then, you know, things got a little hectic around 25 laps to go. Everybody was getting their lap back. Definitely more traffic to consider there. But yeah, all around it was a pretty good racing. Too bad, you know, it had to end on those 3 green-white checkers there for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And we saw you earlier in the race back up against the wall with the back bumper sitting in the middle of 1 and 2. Talk to us about the drive you had in the 01, getting back up to where you were to finish third here tonight.
Yeah, for sure. Got dumped. Had to use that fast repair early. But you know, luckily because of that, we were able to get some more fuel in. We were able to get those tires on. And because of that, I was able to kind of drive my way back up at least. The next caution, I was probably around P12 there, and then after that caution, I was finally able to get into the top 10. And yeah, just from there, it was a good run from there, I would say.
Yeah, definitely. We had our eyes on you for a good part of it, and like I said, it was hard not to see that petty inspired STP hot rod. So before we let you get out of here to celebrate this P3 finish, and man, you want to talk about a crazy finish? That was definitely one of them. Who helped you get it done on? Who helps you get it done on that 01 car? To who you want to thank here tonight?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my wife, my mom and stepdad for always watching, and then my cats for always trying to ruin my race here.
Yours too.
Oh yeah, for sure. He's on my lap right now. He was patient, so he waited till the end of the race here to get on my lap. So now he's getting some love.
Yeah, we'll give the cat a couple of treats and celebrate this P3 finish, man. Nicely done here tonight.
Yep, thank you guys.
All right. I will. If
It's that type of night.
guess we'll go just to our race winner. Brandon Honeycutt in here.
No, I
bring
think he
up
done
Bradley.
checked out. Yeah.
Hey, Bradley, Mike up in the booth, man. How's it going?
We're doing great. How are you?
Oh, not too bad. Look like you were able to work your way through and survive here. Late race penalty, a couple cautions allowed you to get back on the lead lap. How are you feeling on those restarts after that restart violation?
Man, I was so mad at myself. He's been saying it the whole night. Don't switch lanes for the finish. What do I do? I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Want to punch myself in the face, but I'm like, all right, dude, it is what it is. There's still plenty of time. Maybe we can get back through the pack. And it was hard fighting through all the lap cars. That was not easy. And somehow I got back up here, man. I'm very surprised and just super stoked.
Yeah, definitely. You were able to work your way through the field. Had to make it through the green-white checkers there at the end. You were battling pretty tough. But is this your first race here in the Racers Elite Series?
No, it's not my first race. I do their Saturday modified league, but I'm not there all the time because I also have another league on Saturday, so they're kind of conflicting with each other. But I'm somewhat new around here, yeah, to answer your question.
Definitely, man. Well, you drove a heck of a race. You paid your patience paid off there at the end.
Yeah. PBR for keeping me fueled. Hanksters Motorsports, and I think that's about it.
Definitely, Matt. Well, congrats once again on your victory, and get some ideas for a paint for Kinsley to make you up there, and we'll talk to you later.
I forgot about that. Cool. Yeah, thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Have a good night.
You too. All right, looks like that is going to be everybody. So we'll go through the race results real quick here. Before we close this out, Bradley Stefane, Brandon Honeycutt, and Sean Dunaway are the top three. Kyle Hess, Joey Burchett, dominant, absolute dominant car there in fifth. Alex Teft, Jesse Fox, Matthew Jarrett, Colin McDonough, Andrew Teft, Nick Gardner, Truth Hoke, Jordan Brackell, Zach Burchett, and Dennis Kane round out that top 15. Alex Gates, Lee Campbell, Alex Pelican had a good car, just bad timing on an incident there. Fought his way back to 18th. Austin Pack and Zach Lockett, 19th, 20th. Alan Bergen with a 21st. Kinsley Smith, 22nd. John Connor, Brian LaPratte, and Brendan Wilcox back there in 25th. Jacob Plank, William Kelly, 26th, 27th. And that is the field. So what do you think of the Snowball Derby we had here tonight, Shane, before we get out of here?
My luck, I probably would have had the front end knocked off within the first 40 laps, and I probably would have been parked after 70 for returning serve on somebody. But, this is definitely what we expect with short track racing with the super late models is hard-nosed, fender grinding, bumper banging racing. We got that here tonight in spades, and I can't wait to see what they do next year. And as a short track fan, I love the series. They were talking about Bradley was talking about the modified series. I can't wait to see what they do with that. So I'm excited to see a lot more of the short track action brought back to the forefront.
Yeah, definitely. These guys put on a heck of a show. I want to thank everybody for tuning in wherever you were. All of the sponsors that help put this league on. Andrew for giving us the opportunity to broadcast such a big event here. But with that being said, Jane, you want to close us out before we get out of here?
As the great Tony Trapazzo would say, today, tomorrow, and every day as you walk down the road of life, please don't play in traffic. And until we meet again here on SRM, everybody, take care.